What's up, guys? Crypto Renegade here again with another video for you. And in today's video, I am going to take a look at Bitcoin and I'm going to explain why the next big target for Bitcoin is $16,184. I know that's very specific, but stay tuned to see my reasoning on that. But before we dive into the Bitcoin charts and take a look at what's going on with crypto today, I just want to do a quick plug to the website, my website, bitcoinlockup.com, where I promote protecting your private keys. If you want to go ahead and check it out, I have tons of reviews that I'm writing all the time on hardware wallets and recovery seed backups and lots of other crypto product reviews. I just recently wrote an in-depth ebook, 5 Best Ways to Secure Your Cryptocurrency. You should come to my website and click this orange button and it will allow you to download that for free. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So thanks for watching that. So let's take a quick look at what's going on with Bitcoin. So from the top of this green candle all the way to the bottom of this red candle that happened in one day, it was a 26.6% sell-off, which is huge. So there's a massive correction here, and I always like to see that when there's huge run-ups like this, having a massive red candle or a correction is a really good sign in my case, because if we just kept having green, the sell-off would be even steeper. So having these red candles and these retracements, as we make our way up to the all-time high again, to me is a very, very good sign. So, it's been fluctuating. It basically went from 13,900 or so all the way back down to 10,300, within a day's time. So it was like almost a $2,000 correction. I mean, that's just massive. And then, it kind of leveled out and it looks like it's consolidating. I mean, on the daily chart right here, it basically is looking like a little bull pennant. So, I mean, if we take a look at what's going on here, I mean, that's a very bullish signal in my opinion. So, I mean, I do think that we're making a huge run up, and this is just sort of a healthy correction, why people are kind of standing on the sidelines. For a while, we had some pretty strong resistance here that turned into support, and it's a very possible that if it does not, because we have to be prepared for anything that happens, if it does not make a bullish move to the upside, I think the next logical point it's going to do is come back here and touch support, which may be right about 9,000. So there is a possibility that it could come down and touch 9,000 before it makes another leg up. But I think that it's more likely that it's going to go a little bit more, sideways in this consolidation. So I'm going to take a quick look at what's going on in the hourly chart. And yeah, if we kind of take a look at this, I mean, this is a pretty solid and tight consolidation range. I mean, it's really kind of just flopping around inside this range, and it's making its way up. I mean, if it breaks this 12,300, I mean, it can really just kind of skyrocket out of there. And if we break the local all-time high, which is 13,940 or so, there's a very good chance that it's going to make a massive break to the upside. So, that's what's going on with the hourly chart. We kind of go back to where we're at with the daily chart. Let me kind of spread this out a little bit. So, I mean, it's kind of holding this trend line for the most part. I mean, if we take the wicks out of the equation, it's been pretty consistent with holding this trend line. So, it could even, for instance, it could even consolidate even further down the line. I mean, it may take until 4th of July weekend or so before we make a move to the upside or make a move to the downside. But, I'm keeping an eye on that, and those are kind of my target zones, is looking at if it's going to break kind of closer, tighter in this range around the 12,400 area, or if it does decide to break down. I think 9,000 is a very, very strong possibility, as it used to be strong resistance and then turned into support over here before it made its leg up. So, kind of remove these tools real quick. So I want to take a quick look at the weekly chart and the monthly chart just so we can take, kind of a zoom out approach and see what's going on here. If we take a look at the weekly chart, we've had a lot of green candles. So starting all the way back here in April, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Looks like that was a hammer reversal candle, which kind of is indicative of this red candle, which is fine. And then so far after that, another pattern of 3. So it's very possible it could make another couple green candles before we see a retracement again. And this is a pretty long wick that happened right here. So just a normal correction, and I think that's perfectly normal. But it's gained a lot of momentum here. I mean, we basically in a matter of 7 or 8 weeks gone from 5,000 up to 13,400. That's incredible. That's pretty much insane. So yeah, that's a little bit crazy. So why do I think it's 6,184? Why do I think that's kind of the next target? I'm going to explain why right now. Kind of take a quick look at this Fibonacci retracement here. As you can see here, we plowed. Let me see if I can zoom it in. We plowed through the 0.5 level here. Candle just went all the way up, and it actually tagged through and punctured the 0.618 candle, which was a target I was looking at. I was looking at this 13,300, 13,400 range, and this wick had so much momentum and volume that it just plowed right through that. And then it did a kind of a retrace all the way back down to here as well. So, this is on the week, and it's still a massive wick, and I still think that we're going to have more green. But as you can see on this 0.786 candle, 16,120, 16,150, 16,190. It's sort of in this range where I think that we're gonna have a next target, and that's kind of a good profit-taking zone that I think a lot of people are going to be looking at. Before it even hits resistance at a psychological 15,000 number. I really think that that's going to be kind of the next target, because it hasn't really been stopping or taking profit at these normal round numbers, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000. It hasn't really done that. It's kind of been going through, being very close to these Fibonacci levels. So 16,184 is kind of the range or the target that I'm looking for in terms of Bitcoin. Wanted to take a quick look before we wrap this up. I wanted to take a quick look at Chainlink. So, I noticed here going through CoinMarketCap, Chainlink, which again had its partnership with Google announced, had a 50% gain, in the last 24 hours, and that's massive. So there's some random altcoins here that are also kind of doing the same thing here, but not as big as Chainlink. Chainlink has a lot of fundamental news that's really just spiking it up here. So it's very interesting to see that this is kind of sprinkled in with a lot of red and a lot of green, and some coins that I haven't actually seen in the top 100. I'm keeping my eye on Grin as well. So that's just something to take a look at. But let's take a quick look at Chainlink. And let's look at Binance and against BTC. Whoa, okay. That is a massive green candle. Let me check the range on that. So on the top of this wick here, all the way down, 53%. That is crazy. So, there's a lot of thick candle here, not so much wick that's going on. But this has just had massive run-ups. Ever since the kind of the partnership or announcement, it's kind of had this consolidation and massive move up, and it's had one big red wick here as a kind of a correction candle, but it's still going, and it's going strong. So I'm going to run a fib extension real quick and see where the next possible run up is going to be. Whoa. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So it's basically at about $3.48 now. It could very well go to sub $4 before it takes another hit. That's massive. That is just huge, and it's been kind of inching its way up, having a healthy trend line all the way through here. Had this sort of consolidation inside this ascending wedge and just plowed through with so much volume. Look at these volume candles. So Chainlink is something I'm definitely taking a look at. I missed my entry on the other one just because I was out of town and I wasn't focusing on it. I really wish that I got in on this breakout, but you can't hit them all. So I'll be doing another video shortly with some other altcoins that I'm looking at. Uh, Interestingly enough, altcoin isn't having a huge season right now. It's really Bitcoin that's making all the gains. So I'm going to be interested to see a few that I can make a good trade entry in and kind of go from there. But video, please give it a thumbs up. If you disagree with my next target of 16,184 is kind of the next big profit taking zone, or you agree with me, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And then if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So that's it for today's video. Crypto Renegade out.